yes. Oh, one more time with the horn. One more time with the horn. I like that sound. I like all right. Let's kind of get to the show. Ain't gonna be up here too long. Y'all know how I get it in, be in and out. What are you doing, Miss Brother? It's just me and you. Oh, welcome to another episode of the Audible, man. You know, your daily sports roundup, sports news. I want to talk about the latest and the greatest around here. I'd like to keep it fresh, interesting, and entertaining. Give me one sec, just in case somebody shows up and they want to hit the link. I ain't gonna be up here too long tonight. Okay, got that copy. It is so funny. All the live streams I've done, every time I get over here, it's like the whole setup is different. I have different banners and all kind of stuff. Oh man, it's a little bit different. So I ain't gonna keep you waiting too. Like I said, I'm just gonna get it in, get it out, get it in, get it out. News of the day, you saw the thumbnail. Rudy Gobert punching his teammate. We talked about it yesterday. We talked about what was going to be the fallout from it, and we've come to find out Rudy Gobert has been suspended for the playing game tomorrow night against the Lakers. Big blow, big blow, big blow. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I am happy as hell. Happy as hell he got suspended. One less concern of mine, they do have Big Cat back, big Anthony Edwards at the guard. I don't expect it to be an easy game, but having Gobert in street clothes makes it a whole lot easier. I'm actually surprised they suspended him considering the circumstances. Maybe they looked at the Lakers game as being an uphill battle. Give him his one game, get it out the way, move on from it. I thought the team would possibly look into fining him. When you really watch the footage, and those who have seen it, when you watch the footage, it's not like a punch. It's more of a hard shove to the chest. Kyle Anderson didn't look like he was a bit bothered by it. He's more just push back. I remember the old NBA when punches really was punches. And it's more of a good strong shove to the chest. But regardless of that, the team decided to not only send him home last night, because it's been reported that the bickering and arguing continued all the way into halftime. They could be heard outside the locker room arguing with each other, and the team just decided to send Gobert home. Hey, go home, cool off. And now they've suspended him for one game, which is good news for my Lakers. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good news for my Lakers. It's always a little bit easier when you don't have to deal with that 7-foot monster down low. But like I said, I thought the team was gonna fine him. And then on top of that, you had a young player, McDaniels. How did Bruce Lee say it? Enter the Dragon. Boys don't hit back. This clown is frustrated. Decides to punch a brick wall and lost. Like, what was you thinking? I get that you mad, you upset, but bro, you not in the hood no more. Punching brick walls, NBA player. Come on, man. You need your hands to win. That's your money maker. Oh boy.
Bruh.
I mean, come on. And if you seen the footage, he immediately could tell something is wrong because he punches it and immediately starts wincing and holding it. So he's pretty much gone. If they make the play, to make the playoffs, he's pretty much gone for the playoffs. Dumb. I have to research to see is he in a contract here, because that has got to be one of the stupidest decisions I've ever seen a player make. But then again, I've seen stupid on a regular basis around. But like I said, playing starts tomorrow. We talked about it yesterday. Lakers are looking good. Now with the removal of Gobert. I think we really solidify ourselves as the favorite tomorrow. Now, I was reading. I'm gonna kind of segue here. Trying to get a feel of what's going on for the playoffs. Trying to get in tune with that. Play-in starts tomorrow. Actual series kick off this weekend after the play-in tournament is over. Story coming out of LA. Paul George may be back at some point of that first round series against the Suns. May be back They're saying probably the second half of that series. Here's the thing: can the Clippers survive long enough for Paul George to come back? And if Paul George comes back, what condition is he in? Is he in playing condition? Is he going to be ready for the challenge of the powerful Suns teams? Because it's as soon as KD has got there, when he's played, they're undefeated. Does he make a difference? And I was, listening to the sports pundits today, while I was at work and stuff, and everybody's picking Suns over the Clippers. Hey, I'm one of those people that's picking Suns over the Clippers. But the Russell Westbrook factor, I had forgot all about, Russell having a beef with Chris Paul, and they're talking about how Russell's motivated. And we know about the rivalry with KD. Could Russell Westbrook be the X factor of that series? Makes me wonder. Makes me more intrigued about it. Even though I still pick Suns. I think Suns win in 6, respectfully. I think the Clippers are good enough to win 2 games in that series. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in 5, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 6. I'm picking it going in 6, Suns in 6. Now, let me kind of segue from the NBA because, we talked about that yesterday. Not too much going on as far as that. We'll kind of get into the breakdown of the games and stuff of the series once we get to the playoff this weekend. We'll do a preview of that on try to sneak a show in on Friday. I hope y'all know what else I do on Friday if you over here. But I'm gonna try to sneak a show in Friday. But we're gonna try to do a final preview. And I'm gonna give my round by round predictions and that kind of stuff. Now, it was a story that broke earlier today. I don't know how many people kind of caught it, but I found it to be very interesting, especially when you're talking about coming from the world of sports. Former quarterback, former Ohio State quarterback, former Washington. I feel weird calling the Commanders. I'm gonna call them Redskins over here. Former Washington quarterback and Pittsburgh Steelers backup Dwayne Haskins was fatally killed, about a year ago. In an alleged, he got hit, walking along the freeway, got hit by a dump truck. It's recently come out that this past about a month ago, the family has filed a civil lawsuit claiming, and this is their claim according to the Associated Press, that let me just read it. I don't want to paraphrase it. They're alleging that he was part of a blackmail and robbery conspiracy that was carried out on the night of his death, saying that he was drugged. It was all a plot to get him drugged, get him robbed, and that was what led to him, being in the state that he was in when he was fatally struck by a truck walking along the Florida highway. Which, what I found interesting about this story is you don't have. I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart. I believe, it's something, a lot of times it's more than what you see, it's more than meets the eye. I'm not buying this. The lawsuit, which was filed last month in Broward County, Florida, lists 4 individuals, 2 restaurants, a golf driving range, and a hotel as defendants in the alleged conspiracy. That's a lot of moving pieces. That's a lot of moving parts. I'm trying to understand how, the lawyer for the family is planning to put this civil lawsuit together to get this kind of money. When you're talking about, hey, it was a conspiracy, most of the times when you're going that route, you're talking about a criminal matter. But for you to be filing a civil lawsuit, which means it's not a criminal matter, you're trying to include 2 restaurants, a golf driving range, and a hotel as accomplices in this so-called blackmail and robbery conspiracy. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news for the family. I understand that you're grieving. This ain't the move. I don't believe this lawsuit goes anywhere. It's like a sad attempt for a money grab. How are you going to prove? And that's the thing about the civil lawsuit. How are you going to prove? Okay. that all these moving pieces, all these organizations, and here's the thing: like, if you want to do civil matter, man, is different. I don't want to get into that too heavy, but that's is those that know civil matter and criminal matters are two different things. Like, you want to sue the trucking company that hit your husband because it's apparently been reported that they had faulty tires. There was the low tread on the tires. Um, the truck wasn't was speeding. He was carrying expensive cargo and whatnot. If you want to go that angle, I get it. But to think that you're going to get a golf driving range as a potential potential part of a conspiracy theory, a golf driving range. So you're trying to include a Top Golf as being part of a blackmail and conspiracy ring to get to, that's, I don't want to speak ill of the dead. Dwayne Haskins was a first round draft pick, never really panned out, was at the time of his death was a backup quarterback with the not Philadelphia, Pittsburgh Steelers. But dear, I don't know what you trying to get. Um, it's sad. It's sad that happened, but I'll keep you posted on the story. I just thought that would be very interesting, and I want to kind of segue to what I was going to talk about yesterday at the end of the show. Those who are UFC fans, watched the UFC fight over this past weekend. Israel Adesanya recovered and got back his championship that he lost. Glorious second round knockout, great fight. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was until the dude got knocked out, he was winning on my card on points alone. But hey, he got knocked out. The biggest story for me coming out of that whole event was the retirement of Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal was one of, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience. I was aware of the UFC, and I was aware of combat sports back in the 90s. I would probably say I first got introduced to it maybe late 90s, early 2000s. And it wasn't as structured and wasn't as refined as it is now. I mean, your first UFC pay-per-views, like, guys had to fight 3 or 4 fights that night to be crowned a champion. It wasn't even by division, wasn't no weight class. It was like, you guys just get in there and fight. But Jorge Masvidal, first time I remember seeing him, it wasn't even at a UFC event. Those that are old enough to know and can remember the days of Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice, backyard brawler out of Florida, blew up, YouTube sensation, internet sensation, which eventually led to him getting a UFC contract. But if you've actually watched those events and not watched just the highlights, Jorge Masvidal was a young man who used to fight on the undercard of those Kimbo Slice backyard brawl fights. And much like Kimbo, he a rough house brawler, and to see this man turn into the mixed martial artist that he eventually became was satisfying. Like, I remember seeing him, the young guy fighting in the backyard undercard of a Kimbo Slice fight. I just wanted to kind of bring that to y'all attention. I thought that was I thought it was a nice feel. I'm glad that he's retired. I think he has more potential to make money in the movie business. He is a personality. He is a name that people recognize. He is a face that people recognize. So kudos to him. Congratulations to him. Hope he does well in his future endeavors. Oh, man. Let me see what else is kind of going on in the sports news. I don't think my people are really into golf, but shout out to they completed the Masters. I ain't gonna lie to you, I haven't really been keeping up with golf ever since Tiger kind of fell off. it's it's a beautiful game for those that know how to play and understand what they're looking at. But for me to watch it on TV and be sitting there glued to my TV watching guys play golf, which is let's keep it a buck. It's not the most interesting sport in the world, but to sit there and watch guys um, play round after round after round after round, so many holes of golf, and then it's just to watch Tiger, play was a joy to watch. Here you have you've had black players on the PGA, but never like this. Never like this. For those that are aware, he made the cut at this Masters, but he eventually had to withdraw um, right in the third round due to injury. His body hasn't been the same since he suffered that car accident. His game hasn't been the same in years. His game has been the same years. I don't know. Was it the divorce he went through that threw him off? His game was just never the same. And for me, it's like I said, it's hard to kind of get into golf and kind of watch golf because I don't identify with a lot of the players out there. I know who they are, but they just don't. They don't, let's keep it a buck. That they're not black, so I can't really get into them, can't get invested into them. But it was some good players. I mean, it was a good tournament. But yeah, Tiger, man, had a chance to be the greatest. I don't know what happened. If I had to rank him, he'd be. Do you think Tiger's done? Yeah, Miss Murph. I think at this point he can't really play a full schedule anymore. I think that he's better off for like majors. And at this point, what are you playing for? I mean, your legacy as far as golf is secured. You've made the money, so it's not like you need that. If I was him, just come out for majors, big events, and have fun. It's no pressure. I think he still, kind of plays with a bit of pressure that I'm Tiger Woods and I'm supposed to perform at a certain level, but you haven't been at that level for years, man. I mean, and it's okay. Because few athletes had dominated their sport like you did. But now if I'm Tiger, I just come out for majors, maybe big golf events, pro-ams, nothing resembling a full PGA Tour schedule, nothing of that nature. Like, I don't need the PGA at this point. I'm Tiger Woods. I am, for lack of a better term, for the past 20, 25 years, I'm the biggest thing, in golf, period. And it's not even a close comparison. So yeah, I think Tiger's done. I think physically he just can't. You can't play competitive, high level golf, and his body has just betrayed him. His body has just betrayed him. His game just hasn't been the same. And that's fine. He's gotten older. You suffer the injuries, and coming from someone who has also suffered a back injury, your back is never the same. I don't care how well the surgery was. When you start talking about your back, the nerve damage that comes from having like compressed disc and stuff like that, your body is never the same. And I don't care what kind of athlete you are. It's no surgeon that can repair nerves. So yeah, in my opinion, he's done. And it's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, he's made the bag. Your legacy is secured. Like, I would be playing for fun. I would get out there and be like the old timers. Like, I'm not a full-time member of the PGA Tour. Like, what are you playing for? Like I said, your legacy is secured. No one can take the majors away from you. No one can take your era of dominance away from you. I would be like a Gary Player, Jack Nick, some of those older guys. Hey, I just come out for these events. I'm not even a full member on the tour. no expectations of winning, but now I'll just come out for major. I wouldn't even come out for this rinky-dink tournaments. That would just be my stance on it. That would be my stance on it. Let's see what else has got kind of going on. Let me take a quick peep before we get so like I said, these shows are not going to be that long. I want to kind of get them in and out tomorrow. I will be doing a more in-depth preview. Be doing a more in-depth preview of the play-in games. Like I said, I don't want to just focus on the Lakers, but I think there's going to be some good matchups. I'm really intrigued by Hawks Heat. I think that one has the potential to be a good game. Hawks want to get up and down. Miami wants to kind of slow it down, keep it to a crawl, which is the smart thing to do because you're not an athletic team like that. Let's see what kind of going on. Oh, okay. So they got the WNBA. For those that are interested in WNBA, the WNBA draft is live. Let me look real quick before I kind of get out of here. I do want to show them some love. This their draft night. Let's see, round 3, pick 5. Let's see who went first overall on the women. Probably was okay. And South Carolina goes 1. South Carolina player goes 8. South Carolina player goes 10. I don't know why I thought it was more teams. There's only 12 teams in the WNBA. I don't know why I thought it was more teams. But Leah Boston, who been a presumptive pick for those that follow the WNBA. She has been the best player in college basketball for the longest. She goes number 1 to who she went to. I don't even know who this team is. Jesus, I'm bad. Okay, but anyway, let me kind of get up on out of here, man, because it's been kind of a slow Monday. Hope all is well. Matter of fact, I got something I can work on. I will be, like I said, doing a more in-depth analysis tomorrow on a play-in tournament, which kicks off tomorrow. Go Lakers, go Lakers, go Lakers, go Lakers, and then Friday I'm gonna sneak in the show. It'll be quick. I'm gonna sneak in the show Friday before I do what I normally do on a Friday night and get that popping. Wednesday, I'm looking. If I do want it to be a little bit later than tonight's show, but I'll keep you posted. Thank you for all that came out tonight. Just me and Miss Murph and whoever else was in the clouds. I promise y'all, we gonna get this channel. We gonna grow this channel the right way. I ain't gonna cheat, buy subs, and do all that other goofy stuff. But let me get on out of here, man. It's been fun. Y'all, allow me to get up here and speak, run my mouth, and just be regular old me. And y'all know the phrase that pays around here. As always, truth sounds like hate to people that hate the truth. And I'm out.